So here we are. Cut back to the first video where I mentioned said car. And now here we are. Episode number 1 on trying to fix it. So, this is it. Pretty extensive damage. And yeah, the more I look, the more I see. It's pretty how you going. I'm not going to bloody lie. But first of all, we've got the car sitting here in one of the little sheds that we got. It's just for the sake of storage, so we can work on it while it's out of the way. Yeah, so today's goal is we are pretty much going to start stripping some stuff off this to get a bit more idea of how much damage there is. We're going to jack the car up and we're going to have a look underneath to see if there is any damage underneath, further along underneath, like towards the middle of the car, to see what we are looking at in regards to how bad the car is. Now, it's all right because it seems like the back doors, anything past the bonnet towards the back of the car is like the doors close and like they still seal and they close like they should. So nothing seems twisted any more than what's right here, which is very grateful for that. Lucky, because it could have been much worse. Don't crash your car, kids. But yeah, and it was more of the fact of doing this here, sitting here now, looking at this, thinking, well, why let this car go? Because it means a lot to me. This car, it's been with me for a long time, and one silly mistake, and I can't just let it go because of my fault. Like, it's not the car's fault, it's just negligence, you know what I mean? A bit silly, behind the wheel, not on purpose, but shit happens. Anyway, yeah, so we're just going to be in and out. We're going to have some help as well with this, getting this sort of jacked up. It's pretty bad. I mean, yeah, and we'll see the extent of the damage once we start pulling some stuff apart, and we'll go from there. So, cue the music. So as we can see here, pretty extensive. It's copped it here and pushed all this in. Rim's bananaed. It's not great. You can see where bonnet's closed and it's hit, where that lines up. And there she is. What's left of it anyway. Oh, good day guys, it's me from the future here, godly presence and all, hanging out. Just part of this time lapse here is us inspecting the car in further detail, looking at how we're going to take the bar off, and just in general seeing what we can get up to get a start on the car, which you will see later on in the video, how far we actually get and the mischief we get up to. So enjoy.
Bring it over to my plate. You don't know what you need to me. Your body like it speaks to me. I don't know what you need to me. Your body like it speaks to me.
I mean, illegal can come off. That's not that hard to do.
What I reckon we do, forget that. You got the bar off, right? Don't want to damage the bar. So let's jack the car up.
Okay.
Put it on steams. That's it.
All right.
3 hours later.
Look at that. The amount of force in that, that's banana. That wheel has to come off. Both wheels have to come off.
See that impact on the left there? We don't know if it's damaged the actual arm or not.
Well, the arm looks pretty good.
It looks decent. Yeah, I was expecting both. That one definitely, but that one too.
Getting straight into it. Done. See how it's not buckled? It's just copped it there. So, and the control arm underneath is straight.
Well, if you look at the gap there, to the back.
Yeah, it looks
So
alright.
it looks alright.
I'll figure it out anyway. This rim is completely bananas. Like it is out of shape. Left, right, center, two ways from Sunday, all of it. Take it off and have a look. But the more I take off, the more I see that needs replacing, and the more money I see spending. So don't crash your car, kids. Stay in school, don't do drugs, and don't be stupid behind your steering wheel. I should also mention that we are getting help from my old man, who I'm going to plug now, is 5-Speed Fix, which is his own YouTube channel. So go sub to that too, which does sort of, not to this extent, but like very informative videos about different types of maintenance on your car. So subscribe now. And sign up to his Patreon. No, just kidding, he doesn't have one of those either.
Won't you come with me and spend the night? Just a little thing for you and I. And if it's meant to be, then that's alright. It's the little things that get me high. Won't you come with me and spend the night?
Well, that's no longer round. That is, oh, and it's cracked completely.
Yeah, I
on
saw
two
that
spokes.
crack. Yeah.
Wow. The more
Show
I
the
find,
inside.
more-
Show the inside. Oh, far out.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good effort, if you ask me.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, well, it goes to show, and these aren't cheap rims either. These are genuine Rays, which are Japanese racing rim. Goes to show how hard of a hit it was because it's done that. And these aren't copies. These aren't cheap rims. These are genuine Rays, and they're like cracked too. There's another look. There's a crack there. Not to show the shape of it, but not to say the shape of it, but yeah, that's pretty good. Anyway, continue on, I guess. Suss out the rest of the damage behind it. The start of the infamous list. Take a guess if you feel fancy enough in the comments to see how long this list gets. Let's hope it doesn't get much longer than that, but the longer it gets, the more I'm upset. So we'll see. See how we go by the end of the video, I guess. So far, tyres off, guard off. We've taken some bits and pieces off. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking further in here, because if we can see, we have an engine mount. If we see there's those two bolts plus the third one. Hang on a minute. Those three bolts in there is the engine mount. Now if you can see that those three bolts are like this, and they should be straight.
I'm a little fucked up.
Just wait a while, wait a while, wait a while. I just wait a while, wait a while, wait a while. I just wanna wait a while, wait a while, wait a while. I just wanna wait a while, wait a while, wait a while. I just wanna. I'm running on diesel, baby, I'm active.
Hey, you can see what you're doing.
Just rip it off, eh?
Yeah, listen. We don't want anything to fall in there because it's gonna the belt.
Yeah, there she is there, touching there. So she'll be rubbed up against the cam gear here. Just took those two bolts out because they were snapped. That third one's not snapped, so we'll have to have a closer look at that. But that's what we're looking at. That whole engine mount has twisted from the impact. And we were just concerned about the engine itself, making sure that the engine is okay. So we'll get a closer look once we got all this stuff out. We'll have a gauge and see if we need a new engine or not. All right, next step. We're going to now attempt to, because we've got all this stuff in the way. Radiator support, which is this piece of metal that would have been here, has now been squashed and everything is now in the way. We're going to have a crack at getting creative now. We're going to have a crack at pulling this out with said strap, like so. We're going to feed it through. Something like that, and we are going to have a crack at pulling this out. Fast forward to immense struggle. and grunting noises. Well, that didn't work at all.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Oh, there you go. That did work. I'm good. Fuck, I'm good. Another update is we are sitting here. Honestly, this is about as far as we can probably go at the moment. Now, we've had the car sitting here since the accident happened, and this is the first time sussing the car out. So here we are sitting here. Now, we've determined that I'm not going to be going home crying that badly tonight, because that engine mount, which we can now see much better, that is twisted, is only twisted because those two bolts broke. Now, that third bolt is still intact, and it's basically spun and pivoted on that third bolt, which means the engine's alright, other than the cam gear, which it's been hitting like so, right there. Alright, so here we are. Here we are. We've now stripped some stuff down. Now, keeping in mind, never done this before, right? So, there was a big decision to make. Now, we've got issues here with this strut that connects the coilover to the car, where all this has been pushed over. Now, like I said at the start of all this, I'm not a professional. I've never done something like this before, so I'm kind of making this up, learning as I go. Now, the thing is I'm on the fence about is how far do you go about removing stuff, and which way do you go? Like, there's two options we can do, right? I can either send this off to the panel beater, which will have all the equipment necessary to try and pull this out, because what's happened here is this whole section here has bent in, right? And with with the panel beater, they'll have machinery and stuff to be able to stretch this back to shape and save. I mean, honestly, I don't know how much, but they'll be able to save a good amount of what's here and to reuse. But there's also the other way which we can do, which is we can cut and remove all these spot welds further back here and actually completely remove and replace parts of car like here with like brand new ones. But and the question is, which way do you go, right? And how far do you go along before you say, well, this is as far as we've gone and we're not going to go any further because the panel beater needs to see it. Now, regardless of which way we go, the panel beater is going to have to see this car and has to work on this car regardless, because you need to get the car straight again and all these bits and pieces. So, like with the twisted engine mount, like from further down, this chassis rail which runs along the internals of the car, like the main support and structure of the car, is like partly not twisted, but there's sections that are coming off it that are twisted, like the engine mount and stuff like that. Now, the question is, like, how far do you go? Now, after the discussion, we were thinking, let's not worry about removing and replacing like sections of strut and stuff with completely new pieces. Let's try and reuse what's here by straightening them out. Now, therefore, because we made that decision, I think that is pretty much as far as we're going to go in terms of stripping the car down. We've taken the tire off, bar off. We've had the car jacked up. We've looked underneath just to make sure, there's no further damage past the front of the car, which there doesn't seem to be, which is a good thing considering. So at this point, we are now going to probably leave the car, put the tire or the wheel back on, and drop the car back on the ground, and then probably organise some parts from that list. And we will organise the panel beater, a visit to the panel beater, and maybe try and record that for you guys as well. And we'll see what they say about it. And hopefully they don't hurt my feelings too hard, commenting on my driving and stuff, saying, "Oh, what'd you do?" It's not my fault the tree just grew. All right, the tree was fucking. Who put this tree fucking there anyway? Wherever it happened.
What happened, Drifter? Tell us. Fucking lost it.
Anyway, I'll show you here the extent of some of the stuff that you can't quite see, which is things like we've got a bent control arm, bananaed, compared to this side, which is straight. That's bananaed. We've also got things like the sway bar. So we've got a sway bar here, sway bar there, which is this piece here, and there's a sway bar link, which is that little piece there. We're gonna opt to replace that. If we're having closer looks inside the wheel arch, you can see here how we've got all this scraping from when the tire hit, bits and pieces like seams of metal that are sort of separated from the impact. And this is what I mean. So we've got here like this whole section here, which is currently doesn't actually look that bad on camera, but that is supposed to be like this line here is supposed to be like out here somewhere, which is what connects the coilover to the car, which is just here, which is what this is. All this assembly here is part of the strut. So we're going to be looking at getting some parts chased up for like control arms, sway bar links, other bits and pieces. I've got nice fancy pieces like this, which are actually not that old, but now need replacing. Like power steering reservoir. We've got coolant overflow. That's about it. All this intercooler piping. The intercooler itself seems to have copped a little scuff here. It's copped a little scuff, but there's nothing other than that. There's nothing major. Other than what's already been found. Right, so we've got the spare here to replace that absolutely mangled front wheel, just so we can get the car moving again on its own wheels. Now we're going to take the bonnet off. Honestly, after the bonnet's off, we're probably going to leave it at that. So, cue the music.
How you going, by the way? I'm the Mac Daddy mechanic here.
Official introductions to the channel.
Yes, yes.
So you got Steve and you got Stevie.
Correct. 2 Stevens.
So you'll be hanging out a bit more on the channel.
Hang out.
Bit more of a personality.
Have the engine on a hoist sitting in that shed there. Have this whole body sitting at his shop. Get the car done. Bring it back, put it in here, hey, and take your time with the engine. Car's done.
Hello. We are now on our way to pick up the trailer, pick up the car, take it to the panel beaters, see what they want us to do about it, and we'll go from there. We're going to bring you along for the ride and try and see if we can. I don't know if we're going to film at the shop. We'll see if we can get some footage there. But if you see some footage later in this video, then you know we were successful. Otherwise, it'll cut now to either us at the panel beater or us back at the garage. Loose wheel bearing. Yep, that's loose as well. Don't you love when you hire a trailer and it's not up to scratch?
How's it going?
What's up, guys? I don't think it.
No, it should go over.
Yeah. I'll see. I'll tighten it. It might just. Back. Actually, up against the back. Yeah. Yeah.
See, it does that. It's okay. I think you can do that. What I'll do is I can go tie from here to that point there.
Where? Oh yeah.
Yeah, do that. Take that back off. Sort the handbrake out. The handbrake out.
We're successfully taking the car to the shops. Great success.
Great success.
Hello, everyone. This afternoon we're going to back to my brother's house and potentially ripping out the engine out of the EVO because I'm the supervisor and the supervisor says so.
As well.
Yeah, what time is it?
We got his
Something out of a horror movie. Hey, go home back to Wagga, will you? It's a shame, but I reckon good's going to come out of this because it's going to be better than what he was.
busy for? Yeah, yeah. Don't hammer it when the tires are cold. Take it easy. What a shitbox, son.
I agree. I could not agree with you more.
I'm gonna do all this work for you for free. Are you kidding me?
Exactly. We haven't talked about money yet.
Sorry, I just got to temper it. Sorry.
Just get it ready.
What are
The tree just grew, alright? It was there. I don't know, it just came out of nowhere.
It wasn't my fault. The tree just grew.
Shitbox.
So we're here now. We've got no footage of the workshop. How I get to the workshop. We had a very, very expensive discussion about what to do and how to do it. Long story short, we're gonna get the car fixed, straightened. That's a given. We're gonna respray the whole thing too, but and then, you know, engine has to come out to do that. So along with that, there's a bunch of other stuff that needs fixing up on it. So other than that, that's probably gonna be the end of this video.
Shitbox.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video when we're probably ripping out the engine of this shit box, you know?
Right, so you need
Over here, thanks.
No, back here.
It's my YouTube channel. Shut up, idiot. Shut up, stupid.